Here for our last presentation of the day. Guys, come on up. We have StringPay.
Well, thank you very much. We'd like to introduce StringPay, a product of String Technologies. We specialize in managing the construction payment industry and the payment flow throughout that industry. I'd like to start off by introducing you to the team. My name is Dave Spitzen. I'm third generation in the supply chain. I've got over 20 years of experience. My partner in this venture is Lucas Fontaine. He's our CTO, hired gun. He's a senior technologist at Cisco and at Google. He's also a Web3 advisor to startups like ourselves. He has a white paper and multiple patents, but most importantly, his father was in construction. He kind of knows the systemic problems that are in our payment ecosystem. So let's have to show you real quick what we're talking about. The current payment ecosystem is kind of a trickle-down or a waterfall effect where you start off with a financer, they're going to be paying that contractor, he's going to be getting his subcontractors, your framers, your electricians, plumbers, who are then going to be paying companies like ourselves, our suppliers, and we're reliant on the regional wholesalers. There's a big redundancy of workflows that makes it very hard to get payments through the system. StringPay wants to make a more linear situation where we put everyone on the same platform and expedite those payments through the ecosystem much faster. Now let's talk about that problem. The problem is low payment velocity. It takes about 83 days currently to get payments through that ecosystem. I'm a product of how you can see that go bad, because once someone defaults or is going to misappropriate funds or actually not pay you, you don't have transparency of that until it's way too late. We own a family lumberyard up in Lake Tahoe. We were doing a monster project. A builder came from out of town, hired myself to supply the job and all the local subs, ran up a couple $100,000 bill in a single month and ghosted town. We were left high and dry. It was the worst situation, pardon my language, we were effed. And we decided to band together with all the local subcontractors and go talk to the homeowner. And he was a great guy, really good guy. He opened up his books and showed us he'd actually paid his contractor. He then sat us down and said, listen, you guys can get together, hire a high-priced lawyer. You're probably going to pay a $20,000 or $50,000 retainer. And you're still going to lose. And to be honest with you, we agreed with him. We needed to make a better solution so there was transparency and there was better velocity in those payments. And that's where StringPay comes in, to where we're trying to make those instant payments within 20 minutes or less. Now, I'd like to hand the floor over to Lucas here so he can tell you about our all-in-one solution.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. So it all starts with an all-in-one application, a responsive one that is within your phone if you're on the job construction sites, or on your desktop if you are handling the money on the financier side. And so then the three main components of this solution start with credentials and authenticating everyone. We want to KYC, KYB everyone, so each part in the ecosystem can trust each other. The second step will be, instead of waiting to be paid, the funds are actually escrowed in advance before the job starts. The smart contracts will hold the funds in escrow. And then when it's time to pay, who is supposed to be paid, then this is when the verifiability components comes in. How do we know who needs to be paid and when? We have criteria embedded within the application. You can see all the screenshots where terms and conditions can be defined, will be verified by the smart contract, and trigger payments automatically as soon as the terms and conditions are met. That way, everyone gets paid on time, and we avoid all the problems that Dave mentioned so far. So now we'll talk about some of the milestones and next steps.
So we talked to 200 different customers, 200 plus, to try to get some feedback to make sure there were people in the same boat as us. Just on concept alone, we had 25 companies say, this sounds great, we would like to be first adopters. Out of that list, we chose about 5 champions who were from all layers of the ecosystem, so we could really get some positive or negative feedback to know if we were going the right direction. In those conversations, we also realized not everyone is just working on their smartphone. Some people are on Android, some people are in the office working from a desktop. So Lucas was able to make a solution that's going to work for all three, connect everybody, and that way it doesn't matter if you're out in the field or you're in the office, we're all communicating in real time and making sure the solution hits all layers of the company that you're working for. Talk about the go-to-market strategy and our roadmap. It really starts with me. When you're in the industry and you're the face of the company, you need to go out there and talk to your customers, put yourself in line and let them know, listen, this is a solution for all of us, but this was something that we made, something I believe in. And so that's where I'm going to be out there, really being the face of the company. We've already hired 5 salesmen who have an average of about 12 to 15 years in the industry ready to go. And that's going to help us get to our goal of onboarding at least 100 companies by the start of 2025. To achieve that goal, we're raising a pre-seed round of $750,000 so that we can really accomplish these goals in a timely fashion and bring this product to market. And that's why we're actually really wanting to talk to you guys and have you guys join the journey with us. We know that we're only as strong as our team and our partners. That's one of the core theses of StringPay, is surround ourselves with the best we can in the industry. Whether you're on the financial side or you're out in the team in the field, we want to make sure you know what you're talking about. You're going to be able to represent us the best way possible. So that's a quick synopsis of what we're trying to do, and we'd love to hear any feedback or comments that you guys may have. Thank you. Before I let you go real quick, I do want to say we are the last team, and so I want to just take 1 second. On behalf of the cohort, we want to thank Michael. We want to thank Luigi. You guys was absolute first class, man. We're all honored to be here. We couldn't do this without Codebase. We couldn't do it without Circle. The mentors were amazing. You can see the growth, and that was really by what you guys supported us for. So before we get into those comments and anything, I just wanted to, really, from all of us, thank you very much. Yes, sir.
So who doesn't want this to exist, and how are you going to change their mind? Like, of course, you're saying, hey, for my company, I wasn't getting paid for 83 days. On the other side of that is somebody who doesn't have to pay for 83 days, probably likes that. So who is that party in this whole transaction, and why are they going to change?
Anyone who's nefarious, anyone who doesn't want to have a transparent billing. But there's a lot of people that are actually just stuck in that redundant workflow where you have so many layers that are waiting for the previous one to pay you, that there are people who really are like, hey, we love having great terms where we don't have to pay our bill, and that does happen. But when you're talking about the masses, you don't want to actually spend your time chasing money. You don't want to spend your time carrying money. You want to spend your time building and getting on to the next project. Turns are a big thing in our industry. So we're really focusing on those people who want to have quick payments, want to be transparent, and build a reputation of being that guy that does pay on time. So even though there are not people, but companies that really enjoy having that luxury, there's also a huge opportunity for the ones that really want to focus on the building and not on the holding of funds. Any other questions? Awesome. Thank you guys very much for your time.
Thank you.